Theon Design has once again redefined what it means to reimagine a classic Porsche 911, unveiling its latest bespoke creation. An exquisitely hand-built coupe finished in a mesmerizing shade of ice green metallic. Commissioned by a discerning British client, this car isn't merely a restored 911. It's a symphony of traditional craftsmanship, motorsport-grade engineering, and modern sensibility. Every curve and surface of this car exudes the spirit of Porsche's air-cooled era. Yet every component has been thoughtfully enhanced for today's demanding roads. At the core of this masterpiece lies a naturally aspirated 3.8-liter flat-six engine that delivers a breathtaking 407 brake horsepower and 293 lb-ft of torque. This figure translates to an impressive 107 brake horsepower per liter, the most powerful air-cooled engine Theon Design has built to date. Revving freely to 7,600 revolutions per minute, it is a mechanical marvel that celebrates purity over excess. The engine benefits from a host of advanced features including independent throttle bodies, drive-by-wire throttle response, and 4 selectable drive modes. From the calm precision of town mode to the unfiltered aggression of race, it adapts to its driver's mood with remarkable ease. The soundtrack, too, can be tailored, muted for refinement or unleashed to deliver the unmistakable wail of a high-revving Porsche flat-six. Power is transmitted to the rear wheels through a 5-speed manual gearbox, emphasizing driver engagement and mechanical intimacy, 2 hallmarks of classic 911 motoring. The car tips the scales at a mere 1,150 kilograms, giving it a razor-sharp power-to-weight ratio that makes every gear change, every throttle input, and every corner feel alive. It's a pure driving experience that connects man and machine in the most analog way possible. Yet it does so with a level of precision and polish that speaks to modern engineering excellence. From its Oxfordshire headquarters, deep in the heart of Britain's famed motorsport valley, Theon Design channels decades of race engineering expertise into each project. Every build begins with a 964 generation donor car that is meticulously stripped, 3D scanned, seam welded, and reinforced before receiving its new carbon-kevlar body. This blend of aerospace composite materials ensures lightness without sacrificing strength. The final result is a car that feels as tight and rigid as a brand new machine, yet brims with the soul and personality of a true classic. Visually, this ice green commission introduces subtle but beautiful design touches that set it apart from previous Theon builds. Body-colored mirrors and headlight rings blend seamlessly into the elegant metallic finish, while ghost stripes and eclipse chrome bright work add understated drama. The stance is perfected with 18-inch Fuchs-style split rims, wrapped in Michelin Pilot sport tires for both grip and period-correct style. It's a car that respects Porsche's design legacy but isn't afraid to evolve it, standing confidently between heritage and innovation. Beneath its sculpted bodywork, the adaptive chassis employs a semi-active tractive damping system, tuned specifically for British roads. The driver can fine-tune suspension behavior through 5 settings, allowing seamless transition from supple comfort to track-ready precision. Braking comes courtesy of Porsche 993 RS hardware with red calipers, an appropriate match for the car's power and poise. Together, these systems ensure the Theon 911 feels as composed on a winding countryside road as it does on a spirited mountain drive. Inside, the cabin continues the same philosophy of blending old and new. Hand-trimmed phantom black leather contrasts beautifully with ice green stitching, while exposed carbon fiber panels add a touch of motorsport flair. Recaro CS seats with carbon backs provide the perfect balance of comfort and support, ensuring long journeys are as enjoyable as short sprints. Custom sculpted door cards bring texture and depth, and Theon's bespoke aluminum pack replaces every plastic control with machined billet aluminum components, finished in warm champagne tones for a truly tactile experience. Modern conveniences are subtly integrated without disrupting the period-correct aesthetic. A modern gauge cluster with animated needle sweep greets the driver upon startup, while wireless charging and a discreet Alpine audio system paired with focal speakers add a touch of modern practicality. The attention to detail borders on obsessive. Every switch, surface, and sound has been considered to deliver both authenticity and everyday usability. In motion, this Theon Design Porsche 911 is nothing short of intoxicating. The naturally aspirated engine responds instantly to every input. The gearbox snicks with satisfying precision, and the chassis feels alive beneath the driver's fingertips. Whether cruising through the countryside or attacking a winding mountain pass, it delivers a driving experience that's both nostalgic and contemporary. A true homage to Porsche's golden age of motoring reinterpreted through the lens of modern engineering. Theon Design's latest creation is more than just a restomod. It is a testament to the enduring appeal of the Porsche 911 and a showcase of how traditional craftsmanship can harmonize with cutting-edge British motorsport technology. With its 407 brake horsepower flat-six, carbon-kevlar construction, and adaptive damping, it captures the very essence of a classic 911 while redefining it for the modern era. It's a love letter to analog performance, handcrafted with precision and passion, designed for those who believe driving should still be an art form. Theon Design's latest Porsche 911 is more than a car. It's a vision brought to life through the union of art, engineering, and emotion. It represents the culmination of countless hours spent obsessing over every contour, every stitch, every sound that resonates from the rear-mounted flat-six. What sets Theon apart isn't simply its ability to restore, it's the way it reinterprets. This isn't about chasing nostalgia or building a museum piece. It's about evolving an icon without erasing its soul. Behind every curve of this ice-green metallic masterpiece lies intention. Theon's founder, Adam Hawley, is a designer by trade, with years spent working with major automotive brands before founding the company in Oxfordshire. His approach to reimagining the 911 is deeply personal. The goal has never been to outdo Porsche, but rather to build the car that Porsche itself might have created if the constraints of time, cost, and regulation didn't exist. Every Theon build starts from this mindset, a pure expression of what an air-cooled 911 could become if crafted without compromise. The build process is as meticulous as it is beautiful. Each donor 964 generation 911 is first stripped back to its bare shell. Every panel, weld, and surface is examined and perfected. The chassis undergoes a 3D scan, allowing Theon's engineers to map it with microscopic precision. This digital blueprint becomes the foundation for all future modifications, ensuring that every line and joint fits perfectly once reassembled. Reinforcement points are added where rigidity matters most, and unwanted weight is shaved away with the precision of a sculptor removing excess marble. Then comes the bodywork, crafted not from steel, but from a mix of carbon fiber and Kevlar. The composite weave is not only light but strong enough to endure the demands of performance driving. The carbon panels are hand-fitted and aligned with millimetric care before being coated in ice-green metallic paint that seems to shift tone under changing light, reflecting hues of mint, silver, and emerald. In the sunlight, it glows softly. Under street lamps, it exudes quiet menace. The philosophy continues inside, where old-world craftsmanship meets understated luxury. Theon's interiors are never ostentatious, but always exquisite. There's a sense of tactility to everything. The cool touch of machined aluminum switches, the subtle scent of leather, the grain of the Recaro seat's carbon shells. Even the sound when the door closes feels intentional, a soft but solid thud that speaks of quality. The gauges, while modernized, retain classic analog design cues. Each dial sweeps elegantly when the ignition fires, a subtle nod to modern Porsche GT cars. The cabin is an environment crafted not to impress at first glance, but to reward over time. Out on the open road, the Theon 911 feels alive in a way few modern cars do. The naturally aspirated 3.8-liter engine roars awake with a bark that quickly settles into a smooth, mechanical hum. The clutch is firm but precise, the shifter short and deliberate. As you roll onto the throttle, there's a tangible connection between your right foot and the rear tires, unfiltered, immediate, mechanical. Every blip, every downshift, every heel-toe maneuver feels like an event. The steering, unassisted and hydraulic, communicates the road surface in exquisite detail. You can feel the texture of the tarmac, the weight shift as the front end bites into corners. The adaptive dampers respond in real time, keeping the body poised yet supple, soaking up imperfections without diluting feedback. It's a car that encourages momentum driving, rewarding smooth inputs and punishing excess. In the era of digitally mediated performance, the Theon 911 is defiantly analog, gloriously human. Yet despite its rawness, it's far from primitive. The switchable damping system and drive modes allow the car to morph depending on mood and setting. In its softest configuration, it glides over uneven British B roads with composure, the suspension breathing with the surface. Flick into sport or race mode, and the transformation is instant. The throttle sharpens, the exhaust opens its lungs, and the 3.8 flat-six wails to its 7,600 revolutions per minute redline like a vintage race car unleashed. It's both savage and civilized, a dual personality that few machines manage to balance so perfectly. What's remarkable about Theon's approach is how it blends the analog purity of a 911 from the 1980s with the refinement expected of a modern GT. The car feels mechanical, yes, but never crude. The clutch is heavy enough to engage you, not tire you. The steering weights up naturally but never fights back. The brakes bite hard yet modulate beautifully thanks to the 993 RS hardware. Everything works in harmony, engineered to feel alive rather than clinical. There's also an intangible quality to the way Theon cars behave, something that transcends numbers and specifications. It's the sensation of cohesion, of every part singing the same tune. The engine, transmission, chassis, and even the driver's seat feel like they were all designed together, as one holistic organism. It's this sense of completeness that separates Theon's builds from most Restomods. These cars don't feel like restored relics or overbuilt tributes. They feel like time machines built for now. And then there's the sound. The flat six's note is the beating heart of the experience, metallic, raspy, layered with induction noise and mechanical rhythm. Theon's adjustable exhaust allows the driver to tune the character of that voice, from subdued civility to full-throated symphony. At full throttle, it's intoxicating, echoing the motorsport DNA that Porsche honed over decades of endurance racing. It's a reminder that sound, as much as speed, is what makes driving emotional. For all its beauty and performance, what makes this particular build truly special is the story behind it. Each Theon commission begins as a conversation between client and craftsman, a dialogue about taste, style, and purpose. Some clients want a road trip companion, others a track toy, and a few, like the owner of this ice green example, desire something that captures the romance of the air-cooled era while being perfectly usable every day. The result is a machine that feels tailor-made in the truest sense, not just customized, but personalized to the soul. In a world dominated by automation and speed of production, Theon's slow, deliberate process feels revolutionary. Building a car like this takes months, sometimes over a year. Each detail is discussed, each component chosen for its form and function. Even the smallest elements, like the curvature of the gear lever or the grain of the dashboard leather, are refined until they achieve harmony. There's an honesty to this process, a sense that craftsmanship still matters. Theon's philosophy extends beyond design and performance. It's about preserving emotion. Modern cars are faster, safer, and more efficient than ever, but they've also become detached, their characters smoothed away by electronics and regulations. Theon's mission is to bring that connection back, to remind drivers why they fell in love with cars in the first place. Behind the wheel of a Theon 911, you feel every heartbeat of the engine, every vibration through the chassis, every nuance of the road. It's visceral, imperfect, and utterly alive. Standing still, the car is mesmerizing. Its stance perfectly balanced, its paintwork glowing like liquid metal. Up close, the craftsmanship reveals itself in the panel gaps, the way the reflections flow seamlessly from one curve to another. It's not ostentatious. It's refined, confident, timeless. Like the original 911, it doesn't scream for attention. It earns it quietly through presence and proportion. Theon Design's latest creation is not just a car. It's an experience, a philosophy, a statement about what driving should feel like. It's proof that even in an age of electric hypercars and AI-assisted performance, there's still room for analog perfection. It's a car that bridges eras, the raw emotion of the past, the sophistication of the present, and the promise of a future where passion still drives innovation. For enthusiasts, this 911 represents something deeply personal. It's a reminder that the joy of driving isn't measured in lap times or horsepower alone, but in the sensations that connect driver to machine. It's about the way a car breathes beneath you, the way it challenges and rewards you in equal measure. And as the sun glints off the ice green paintwork, catching the subtle curve of its fenders and the shimmer of its chrome, it becomes clear that Theon Design hasn't just built another Restomod. They've created rolling art. Because in the end, that's what great cars are: emotional, inspiring, timeless. Theon Design's 911 stands as proof that passion, craftsmanship, and vision can still coexist in perfect balance. It's the continuation of a legacy that began more than half a century ago in Stuttgart, reborn on the roads of Oxfordshire. It's not just a reimagined Porsche, it's a reimagined idea of what driving can be.